Hi, this is Doug with 8 to It Engineering, and today I want to show you an indoor PVC herb garden. This is just getting started. I'm just sprouting the seeds here right after Thanksgiving, but this video will be about the whole life cycle through the winter. So I'll be just recording this video, and then I'll do a few weeks later, and then etc. etc. So to get started here, well, I made this this little PVC pipe herb garden thing about 2 years ago. There's 12 holes here, and this is just a 4-inch PVC pipe from local hardware store with Endcaps. I think like all total it costs like $40 for the 3 pieces, the pipe and the Endcaps. Yeah, but see the measurements down in the description also. You basically fill this thing up by just taking off one of these end caps and putting a bunch of soil and compost in, stuffing it in, and then popping the cap back on. And check the link in the description also for the video on how to make compost, my unique 4-stage system. So this window is facing east right now, so all the herbs here get the morning sunlight. But it's also supplemented with these grow lights that are hanging. So I have 6 grow lights, one for a pair of holes. You can see how they look like when they turn on. When it's nighttime, it looks like a illegal grow factory in here. But this thing is so yeah, I have it on a timer. I usually do it when we're sleeping, just because the light for me is kind of annoying, but. Yeah, see the link in the description for these grow lights. The basic process for sprouting the seeds, which is what I'm doing now. You can see I have these shot glasses here. So check this video right here. You basically make a hole with your finger. You put the seeds in. You cover it a little bit. And then you just put a little bit of water, and then you put the shot glass on. Now you want to keep the shot glasses. You want to have like a little bit of misty dew inside each of them. You want to like a greenhouse effect. And I do keep the lights on a little more than I would when the plants have started actually growing. Just give the seeds like I guess a direct give them something to look towards. Yeah, after all the seeds are placed, then I label them with a Sharpie. So here I'm doing 2 sage, 2 thyme, 2 arugula, 2 cilantro, 2 oregano, and 2 savory. I mean, you don't really have to label them, but I could just kind of forget what goes where, and if something doesn't sprout, you just like kind of want to know what's going on. I've had 2 grow cycles before this one, so I know kind of what the best herbs are for this garden. You can see the PVC pipe, it's only a 4-inch PVC pipe, so it's kind of shallow. So I think certain herbs need their roots to go deeper in order to really thrive, and those are probably ones that don't do so hot in here. So like basil, for example, doesn't do so hot. Dill actually explodes out of this thing and like goes way too high. Dill is actually like does too well in this herb garden, and it goes past the grow lights. Yeah, parsley does okay, but it starts to wilt pretty quickly. So yeah, those 6 herbs that I put in here, these just seem to do the best. You can see a picture of a previous grow cycle from indoors. So yeah, the plants do pretty well. I do this throughout the winter, usually just because it's hard to get fresh. It just livens up the place, having fresh herbs. It smells great. It's kind of like a little ecosystem there. There's spiders crawling around, hunting all these little fruit flies. There's little worm things. There's just stuff going on. And the plants themselves have their own unique personalities. Yeah, by the way, using metal fasteners. With a little simple fastening system, so like I can take this thing, I can lift it and take it off and put it outside for the summer, which we did this past summer. Enough rambling. I will now fast forward just a few days, and we will see how these seeds sprout, and we'll start culling the wheat. Okay, so it's about a week and change since I put the seeds in, and as we can see, pretty much everything has sprouted. Here's a close-up. What's going on here? I still have a few shot glasses left put on because I guess there's still want to wait for a few seeds to come in. Everything sprouted pretty cleanly. The arugula was sprouted like the day after I put it in, like extremely fast. Everything else took at least a few days before I saw any kind of green. And yeah, like I said, a few things are still coming in, so it takes a bit, maybe depending on the plant. I've held off on culling the wheat too much just because I wanted to do it for this video. Definitely the arugula is ready to be snipped, so there's only one per hole. So I'm just going to take the weakest looking one here. Yeah, sorry guy. And same over here. Yeah, so what I do is I just snip the little seedling at the base, and then just chop it up and use his body to fuel the winter. All these seedlings have their little seed leaves coming out. Arugula is the one that has its true leaves actually coming out already because it was the first to sprout. Alright, so the next video is going to be a few weeks from now. In the meantime, I'm just going to be keep on culling the wheat until there's one seedling per hole. And yeah, the next video will have some actual little herbs growing, and it'll be nice. Alright, so I'll see you. I'm back! Well, I promised a few weeks later, but it's more like a few months later. I think I left off in December, and it is now the end of May. A few months later, Corona times. You can see the fully bloomed herb garden here. Lots of just chaos. I admit I kind of just let it do its thing. I wasn't trying to control things, right? Everyone's trying to control everything now. Just kind of letting it go. And yeah, it flourished. It maybe even looks a little sparse from this angle. I mean, a little bit, but if you see it outside the window, you can see it's just pressing up against the window, trying to get that springtime sun. The sun rises like this over my house, so lots of interesting drama going on here. The cilantro was trying to stuff other plants from growing. It's very combative. There's just chaos over here. I don't even know which is which anymore. Everything just tangled together. There was some cool wildlife. There were some ants. For the first time I saw this, ants were like doing something to the cilantro. I'm not sure. Probably just collecting nectar from the flowers. Yeah, a lot of these plants have flowered now. They're producing some seed pods, which I will harvest. I will probably just harvest all this in the coming weeks. I'm not going to include that in this video. I'm lazy. And then I'll put this thing outside. You don't want to put it, I can't put this outside as is with these plants. The sun would just fry them. So I'm going to have to, I will put this outside later in the spring and summer and just start fresh outside. So they get so the new plants are just used to the heat and the light. Yeah, everything did really well with one exception, which was the thyme. In fact, this hole has remained empty. I tried to plant thyme in here 3 times, and for whatever reason, this hole just didn't take. So hey, again, I'm not trying to control anything here. I just left it empty. And the thyme that did grow in the hole next to it was kind of spindly compared to my previous attempts growing thyme. And it actually had this weird weed growing in it too, which I just left. Just letting this thing do its thing. But that's it. Another successful grow cycle with the herb garden. Gonna collect these seeds, as I said. Keep it moving. Put this thing outside. Just, it's a great idea that's really worked out well. So I hope you learned something from this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.